And welcome back. This is Kotal for another UEC event. So for this, it is Saturday, the 21st of October. Now we have a split server for the UEC today, since they were over the 300-player cap. This server is server 1, and they have a player count right now of 146. 73 for the CSA and 73 for the Union, so dead even. Union is attacking. Let's take a look at the two teams. So starting out with the CSA.
Yes, sir, service, sir.
They have GC, German Corps, specifically the 22nd Virginia, 8th Georgia, 3rd Alabama, and 88th New York. Let's take a look at the Union team. They have 20th New York from GC, 18 North Carolina, SB 51st New York, 1st VA Cav, and 4th New Jersey. Now the map is Pry Ford. It's a skirmish map off of the Antenna map pack. The point of contention is right here. The Union does have a special unit, which is the Cav. So they do have sharps. It doesn't appear that either team has taken artillery for this map, so it will be exclusively an infantry battle. And we are live at 40. Here we go. Let's see how the CSA decides they want to set up their defense. Admin's there reminding them that they're live. So we got Colonel Knight here leading the 8th Georgia, and he's taking his men off to the left flank of the CSA line. Looks like James Joker from the 22nd VA is setting up in these rocks right here. Lieutenant Souther is also going to join 8th Georgia there on the left flank. Williamson is right now giving his brief to his men. See the Union starting to cross the river there. So far it looks like it's a pretty tight CSA defense and not really spreading out too far, which I think is a good idea given the limits on the size of units. Okay, so Williamson's starting to move out. So, looks like the 88th has gone all the way on that left flank there. He is proceeding forward, most likely to these rock formations over here, and try to get a defensive position going. It looks like 3rd Alabama will join them. Do have some initial fire, though, coming from the Union team. So they've set up an initial base of fire with 4th New Jersey under Captain Victor.
I see him.
Fire!
So here comes the Union starting to move up. 4th New Jersey giving some cover and fire. Let's see how the Union decides they want to attack this map. So far it looks like they are focusing on the left side here. They have most of the units along this fence line as a base of fire. And they have one unit here, SB under Major Venom, making a move to Union left, CSA right flank.
Direct north.
Blue flag. Right to left.
Reload.
You have some movement by the CSA. It looks like they're reacting to Venom. You have 8th Georgia is now redeploying here to the center position, while GC has moved to these rocks over here.
Oh Gott, das war ein heftiger Headshot. Sag mir das mal.
Einziger, der hier steht, bin ich, weil ihr wisst ja, ich werde nicht getroffen.
Und ich.
far a linear defense, but they are allowing the Union here to make a wide maneuver to Venom. He's going to be able to get a flanking base of fire going, unless there's something to intercept it.
Form up, quickly.
Alright, company ready?
Ready.
That blue flag to the right, they're all crouched. Aim.
Aim.
And skim the grass.
Team can, really.
Fire.
Alright, so now Venom has set up his flanking fire coming into 22nd VA, and James Joker has seen it, and he is moving his men back. You have A. Georgia here providing some covering fire, and now Southern's moving his men up to engage a bit. Guarding the back door here is Williamson to make sure that this flank doesn't get exposed, but so far, Union is not really contesting it. You have further movement. Looks like Victor is moving his men up. They're going to try to keep the CSA in an L formation there. You also have both the 18th North Carolina and the 1st VA also moving up to get some more fire pressure with CSA. So far, both teams are opting for some long-distance shooting. Also had Weber here from the 20th move up as well. Or the most exposed Union position here is Victor, who's trying to use his tree for some cover. And he is the Cav. Some good shooting there by 3rd Alabama, and looks like also H. Georgia did a little pop volley as well. Some good shots on the Cav there. Now Victor has moved into these rocks. Now the CSA doesn't have any arty now, so this position's a little bit more defensible than it is when the CSA can zero in with arty.
Alright. There's a couple rocks over here.
Which northeast, the whole line behind the rocks there. Take aim. Fire.
So far, 33 minutes 40 have elapsed. CSA is a little bit behind on tickets. Now you see 3rd Alabama has decided to redeploy. Williamson's going to move his men away from the rock. I think he's seen that the Union's not really contesting this side, so he's going to redeploy his men. Try to put some more pressure on Venom on this right side, especially as it looks like the VA Cav is going up to reinforce him. No, it's actually 18th North Carolina under Mr. Todd, the mule. One each. See that fire is starting to weaken the 51st a little bit, so see if the 18th North Carolina can even it out a little bit. Going down.
Great.
A lot of CSA units are now all concentrating on this left side here. You got Williamson now focusing on it. It's going to change the equation a little bit. He is taking flanking fire from, it looks like, the 20th, as well as 1st VA over there. So he might start attriting a little bit faster than he was anticipating. Yeah, but he's going to have to pull his men back or to find some better cover. So now 88th New York is starting to take that flanking fire, as well as that fire from over there. So right now the Union's in a pretty good position. They're continuing to force back the CSA, excuse me. knock down their tickets at a pretty decent pace, so teams are dead even at 159 on the server. This is still redeploying, trying to find an option. Again, Union's got a nice L shape going. Yep, and 88th has took the brunt of that, so now they're going to have to pull back. Now 8th Georgia's going to be the one that's exposed. It's the Cav over here, too. We have, not only that, we have 20th has now moved up.
Right, Chris.
Over there putting down a volley.
Loaded.
Got it.
Yep, got us going over there.
New Jersey, guide is right. Private Candy at the double quick, guiding towards the north.
Alright, so now the CSA has started to try to defend their side a little bit. 88th has come up, is now kind of watching this flank a bit. He's going to move up a little bit further. He's going to tangle with both the Cav and the 20th. Looks like by himself, he might see his forces deterred pretty significantly, pretty quick. Three going down from that volley from the GC. 20th New York, I should specify. Now we have Victor and the Cavs now occupying this rock formation here, getting even more flanking fire on the CSA. But James Joker has moved up to give at least some covering support, try to knock back the Cav. And 88th will fall back.
Okay.
So despite being in a bit of a pinch here, we see that the CSA is getting good shots on these units here. Venom is still at about half strength. Now Cav has moved up to replace 18 North Carolina. Where is 18 North Carolina? They have now redeployed to this right side here. So some good effective volleys by 8th Georgia and 3rd Alabama to attrit this force on the left here.
Those rebels
Those rebels ain't no match for our Bill.
Nothing behind us yet, only some one ram.
Everybody follows the right face.
Got 18 North Carolina trying to move up, put even more pressure. Although if they're not careful, I hope they understand. Well, I hope they are aware they're capping at the moment, but they might not be too worried about that, since they have the CSA in some pretty significant advantage against them right now. So they might just decide, hey, let's cap, force them out. There they go. They aren't engaged. There's the cap. Right now, defending the point, we got 18th and GC. And on the flanks, on this one wing, we have Victor with 4th New Jersey. Then we got Preacher and his guys, 1st VA, and then SB here on the other flank. So Right now, the CSA is boxed in on 3 sides, kind of pushed all the way back.
Hold for volley.
They're all the way back at this point. They pretty much don't have any further back they can go.
Das sind die Hinterlader.
Das sind die anderen, genau.
Company, right face.
Right face.
Double quick forward.
Double quick.
Quick forward. March.
Komm gerade hoch, komm hoch auf den Hügel.
Hold. Company,
Wieder
left face.
hold.
Face.
Left face.
Company, take A.
Company
Oh, wir haben schwere Verluste. Back.
Fall back. Break reloads. Fall back.
UEC took some pretty heavy fire there. They got to fall back and reorganize. Now that's given time, since the pressure's now off of them. SB and First VA are now getting their numbers back. They're going to be able to put more pressure on this left side. Kind of continue to squeeze the CSA in that one little box.
Go around to the right.
Do half a man above the red.
On the right. On Freak's right.
Looks
Warm
like
up.
we do have some movement by the CSA.
Listen to me. So, if we get charged, the place we're falling back is basically the south and west where the big bridges are and the trucks are basically.
Alright, so Victor has made the call to pull his men back rather than fight him. Trying to preserve his combat power. That's pretty smart. He does have GC there watching his back. Oh, one guy didn't get the message.
Are they wrong?
Flag stay. Hold on,
So that was a charge by both 3rd AL and 88th New York. They have occupied these rocks. Nice volley, though, coming in from GC. Now, Victor pull back. He's got enough combat power. He can start putting down some more pretty fast moving volleys on the CSA.
If you're on the left side of the line, you're going to be cutting the grass. If you're on the right side, you're a little bit better visualization. You're going to
We're trying to hold the center here under Colonel Knight.
boys.
GC is pulling back. Getting back under that cover before they get hit. It's a good maneuver by GC. Still have 18 North Carolina, though, here. It's going to be able to put them in shots into their side. Especially for those guys in those rock positions. They actually have a really good shot on them. Looks like Mule's going to maneuver his men a little bit. Trying to get a better angle. Now the CSA is charging. Trying to figure a way out of this problem set. It is 88th and 22nd VA again. They are going to be charging the cav here.
They're coming on the right. They're coming on the right. Watch your flank.
And the CSA will succeed in that charge pretty easily. So now, with that maneuver, they've put the U.S. forces in a bit of a bind. So they got 3rd AL, 8th Georgia, over here putting a base of fire. They now have their maneuver elements. It's now behind where the CSA was, and now the Cavs knocked out. So see if the CSA can knock back the Union before the Cav gets back and before the timer runs out for the counterattack. Looks like you got 20th New York pulling back a little bit. Trying to use definitely for cover. You got 18th providing cover on this side. And now you have, okay, yep, here comes First VA and SB are moving up to provide additional support. So that's a good move by them. Making sure they're holding that point and putting pressure on the CSA that's on this left side.
The rebel gives that off.
CSA is charging in. At least one unit is. They're going to run up right on 18 North Carolina. Got two streams coming in here. Mule's going to have to deal with them both first. And here comes the rest of the CSA team. They are charging in. Now we got a full melee on point. It's a pretty good coordinated charge by the CSA. Let's see if it's enough. It is enough. CSA will decisively win that charge. They have taken back the point. As I was saying, here comes the cab, though. But they're going to run into an interception unit here. They're at Alabama. It's a mixture of units. Oh, they weren't ready. And Fort New Jersey has been able to get off a couple shots on them. Now the Union does still have... Okay. So not all the Union got wiped out in that. So you still have 18 North Carolina and 20th Georgia's been able to reform back here. And now they got the CSA in a box again. CSA is already down to taking losses. And they are not capping. They have not pushed off enough of the Union to start capping yet. So that was a successful charge, but not enough. And even though they knocked back a couple units, they're going to start coming back in from spawn. So unless CSA does something pretty soon, they are going to get overwhelmed by this firepower in this L-shaped formation. So we do have some maneuvering going on. So Williamson's going to try to get an angle and try to charge out these units here. 18th has occupied these rocks to try to stop them. So 3rd A will succeed, but they will not charge out GC, and the GC in fact will pull back to their friendlies and make sure they don't get overflanked here. While 8 Georgia, who's now rejoined the fight, is now putting in some long distance shooting. CSA is now capping it slowly, but reinforcements for the Union are starting to stream in. Only 3 minutes left for them to recap.
I know, we're getting ready to go. Georgia, double quick, in the columns, on the move, let's go.
So 8 Georgia's going to head out, and Williamson's going to head out as well. Looks like the rest of his men have joined him. You got 88th on this rock, 22nd on this rock. Let's see if the Union can defend. You got Fort New Jersey and 20th New York here with a base of fire. And we got the cab moving forward, ensuring that the cap, they got enough weighted numbers on cap there that it doesn't get lost. So, good situation awareness there by Preacher and his guys. You got another base of fire over there as well. Using that tree for cover. Couple good shots in. Nice use of the cover there. And the CSA is starting to decap slowly, so the Union's going to have to put some more men on. And I think Venom realized that, so he's going to bring his men forward here. Venom positioned his men on the point, so now they are recapping. And Preacher is moving his men off to the right side to get some more flanking fire in. Only 1 minute left for the CSA to recap, but they've gathered a pretty effective force here to do so if they choose. And yep, here they come.
Reform on my left.
The Union is reforming, is waiting for him.
And ready up again.
Looks like they're gonna. Yep, they're not going all the way in though. They're just going in enough to cap. So again, good situational awareness. So now once they come over this hill, that's it. Good sneak volley there by 3rd Alabama. They're running into a lot. They are capping though. The Union's got to push the CSA off a cap and they'll win this match. There's Preacher doing a wide flank. Looks like he's going to try to do a maneuver to sneak behind and pull off some of the CSA units, and he has succeeded. Because now we have 88th has moved up. It is overtime. Cav has found a flank though. Well, GC now, 22nd, is going to put some fire on him. And it was not enough. CSA has recapped, and they are still in this match. A good try by the Union. Now here comes the CSA. They're going to try to knock out the 20th New York in detail. Give themselves some breathing room. And they have succeeded. Is there any Union left on the field? I don't see it. That is a complete victory by the CSA. They are now about even, actually, maybe a hair above on tickets, so this match was almost over, but the CSA managed to pull it out there. They're going to have a chance to reset their defense, figure out how they want to do it next. I think when they're being a little bit more aggressive and being able to wipe out the Union when they do these wide developments, it's the only real answer they got without Artie to support them, to keep them just getting whittled down. And with them spread out, you got an opportunity to knock out those Union regiments in detail. So right now, they're kind of just hanging out on points. You got 22nd VA on the left, 88th New York in the center, and 8th Georgia on the right. And Williamson is probably reforming his men back at spawn right now. See, for the Union, you got Venom out there doing some scouting. He's the only unit currently forward. Everybody else is reforming from main.
Non-existent.
Apparently so. Fuck.
Company hold.
Hold.
Fired by company. Make ready.
Our company ready.
Ready.
This is a chest distance. Company aim.
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 I'm going for that guy on that rock then. Being a bit cocky.
Fire.
Killed at Jiminy.
Just exchanging some long-distance fire as the reinforcements for the CSA flow in. They're going to have time to set up as the Union is getting set up as well.
They weren't built by a slave back in Richmond. Make sure you made right.
Sollte vielleicht meine Tabakdosen wegwerfen.
Wieder hier.
Company take aim. Auf die Brust.
So right now the Union's in basically just a linear defense. You got on the right side 2 units, you got 4th, and you got SB. 4th's got the Cav. And on this left side we got GC and 18th North Carolina. And doing a wide flanking maneuver here is the 1st Virginia Cav, trying to get some flanking shots into the CSA. Looks like the CSA is doing some maneuvering of their own. They got the 3 major units doing the defensive line, but then you have Williams over here trying to get on the Union flank, put some fire into the guys on the hill here. So, 23 minutes remaining. CSA is at taking losses. Excuse me. Union at engage, just about taking losses.
Company is.
Alright, so the Union is making a maneuver, at least for that, this one unit's moving up. It is the 20th. Not sure they're gonna... They are by themselves, and they're gonna get chewed up pretty quick here. Yep. Good use of that defilade there by the CSA. You need more than just one unit if you want to challenge that.
Loading rocks.
Reload here, reload here.
This looks like 88th and 8th. Both doing some pop volleys coming up here. Exposing themselves just for a second and then popping back down. So good use of the defilade there. Here comes the Cav on a wide flank. They now have the CSA's backs.
On the right. Steady at the rebel flag on the right. Steady. Fire. Good shit, guys. Good shit.
Please tell me we killed some people. Please tell me.
Did we hit someone?
We're all aiming at different shit, so I'm gonna make sure we're all down in the same spot. So guys, we're gonna aim the low ground, to our fucking east.
Right in the
low
bush.
ground beneath us. Yep. There they are, guys. All right. Take aim direct east, beneath the star. Steady. Fire. There you go.
Good concentration of fire there. Make sure everybody's shooting at the same target. And here comes the Union again. Another push to the center. This time by Venom, but he's taking flanking fire from the CSA from 3rd Alabama over there. So he's not going to be able to stay there for too long. 4th New Jersey's coming up there to try to deal with 3rd Alabama, so good use, good coverage there. Especially with the carbines, getting the rate of fire to keep those guys honest. Get them to tuck under. Alright, looks like the Cav got charged out there. So.
Get them off.
It has pulled a unit off. But, it's not changed the equation all that much. So far, despite the fire of 4th New Jersey, SB is still taking flanking fire and is attriting pretty quickly.
Everyone stand up. I don't want to see a single guy's crouching. There'll be 5 tickets if you die.
So now they have pushed off 3rd Alabama, so that has succeeded finally. I shouldn't say finally, that has succeeded. And I think Weber had a bit to do with it, brought some extra firepower in there, so good move by the 20th to help out 4th New Jersey and secure that side. So now the flank is secure, at least a lot more than it is, but at the cost, SB has lost most of its troops. Still have your two main elements here, the 22nd and 88th in the center. Then you have 8th Georgia here that charged out the 1st VA Cav. With that job done, Colonel Knight's going to bring his men back into the center. Then we have 3rd Alabama out here guarding the wing. Now the Union's starting to move out to one of the wings here. And that is 4th New Jersey. So good move by the Cav here to try to keep 3rd Alabama boxed in and pushing them to the center. And control this side of the field so that the main element here in the center doesn't take flanking fire. So good maneuver there by Mr. V.
Fired well.
Union taking some flanking fire as well. Looks like it's the. Let's see. We got two elements over here. We got the Cav and we got 18th. Putting some flanking fire into the CSA line now. 18th got hit there pretty hard, but they did some damage on the way. Only 17-13 left in the match. CSA taking losses, Union taking losses. Slight advantage for CSA on tickets. So far, it looks like the CSA has been doing a good job of doing coverage. Now, let's see. So 4th New Jersey is, where is 4th New Jersey going? Okay, they are moving up a bit. A little spread out there for a second. Then on the far flank here, we have Venom.
Make sure those bayonets are on.
It's now behind the CSA. So 4th New Jersey going ahead and get some shots on, but they are a little bit isolated, and the CSA chooses to charge him out. Reaper just comes up and does his pop volley. And Victor got his guys out just in time. You have a good flanking line now by Venom and his guys.
Corporal Leo, will you go into the rocks on the right flank and see if we are out of bounds or not?
Yeah, I will check that.
Good. Company, on the top of the point, aim.
Aim, top of the points.
Fire.
No, Stu, he just spawned! Oh no!
So now Williamson has moved up his men to deal with SB here. Take some pressure off as the still got your anchor units here. Still watching that center. CSA is doing a pretty good job on this defense. So far, the Union has not been able to replicate what they were doing earlier. Not been able to push off CSA from point yet. They are ahead on tickets by quite a bit. Still a decent amount of time left, so Union's got some time to turn it around, but I'm not sure if this current method is going to do it fast enough to win. Shall see. This 20th here still taking some fire, even with the defilade usage, so might need to adjust cover. And here comes the CSA, they're going to poke him. Yep, that's it for the GC there. So good pop volleys by both the 20th and the 8th Georgia. GC on GC violence there. Looks like SB has pulled in a little bit tighter, closer to their support here from 4th New Jersey. Make sure they don't get isolated. Still in a decent position to get flank and fire in. Plus I got this deflate here that can give them some good cover.
Hey.
So GC is reforming, and then we got 18 North Carolina starting to move up a little bit.
Machen gleich wieder Feuern aus der Deckung, wir kriegen es. Halt! Halt! Ready! Stay hinter dem Hügel. Den einen Typen da auf den, bei den Steinen.
Ja.
Take aim!
Take aim!
Fire! Ihr seid so scheiße.
Some tough shots there for 18 North Carolina. So now, so they kind of swapped here. So now SB here is on this rock position, and the Cav has come out here to do flank and fire.
They show you to adapt my plan. That's good.
In a way, but I know that Park has already done this before.
Loaded. Loaded.
Fair enough.
I want to advance every time we.
Well, it looks like the CSA is underneath that hill. So, not sure how much, not the hill, but the deflate, but not sure how much effective fire the Cav is getting in, but let's take a look. Well, 3rd Alabama's got to move, so maybe it was more effective than I thought it was. Just 3rd Alabama's going to try to deal with the Cav. Not going to rely on this first volley, how many they take down. Looks like 3 or 4 drop, not bad. I'd say not bad, that's probably all he needed to do. Next shot will get him down 3 or 4 more. Then the math will start adding up here. Looks like they are taking some additional fire from SB though, which is good. Definitely want it as best you can, try to concentrate your fire. Over here though, looks like the CSA is trying to buy some more time. Here comes Knight, he's popping up. Well, I said it was Knight, actually it was, was it? It was actually GC that did that, I believe. But all 3 units are kind of coordinating who's popping up, who's popping down, so good job there by these 3 units working together. Yep, see you. Now here comes up 8th. After 88th just shot. Getting a couple shots in. Alright, so 3rd Alabama has had to tuck back in, so they were not able to push off the Cav. So, in the Cav and SB, they have pushed 3rd Alabama back into this little corner here. Looks like the Union is still maneuvering, trying to find a good angle of attack. Got the Cav is going to come and join 4th New Jersey up here. And we got Weber who's pushing up very far to try to get just under this deflator, it looks like.
Captain Victor, we've got the down the fucking far right. Victor wants y'all to move up to the centre.
Oh, 20's got to get a shot off, they're about to get hit. Might be just under the defilade. Yeah, they are.
Blaufarben ist vom Gegner, oder?
Ja, blau ist
They are just under the
alles gut.
defilade.
Ich dachte nicht, dass ich gleich wieder mal eine Mehrheit war.
So it's good positioning there, good awareness. Mr. Weber, you got into position, but you did not expose himself necessarily. Here comes the cab. They are going to poke out, but they ducked under that shot. Only saw one guy went down on that. That was a full volley came into him, so quick little get your head down. Here comes Preacher and his guys. He's going to come up to fill this gap in the center. Good position, good awareness by this Union side here right now. Now you got all the Union elements here putting pressure on the CSA. You got Venom is the biggest one here, and he's moving up here. But he's got to watch out. There's those elements over there. And hit him pretty hard if he's not careful. Union now on breaking. Looks like the Union is just trying to shoot it out a little bit, get them down to breaking before they charge in. And good discipline there. Got James, Joker, and Knight kind of scouting it out. They see the SB there. Cutting of the grass there by the two units on the right here. Well, there we go. CSA is now on breaking. Let's see if the charge comes in. CSA has all massed together here in the center, but so has the Union. .605 left in the match. I don't think that'll be enough time for the Union to get the CSA down to last stands, shooting it out at the moment. But they might be able to. We shall see. This forward element here is taking some pretty heavy hits, kind of attriting their combat power. There's one unit out here. I guess was coming in from Maine, and it was 18 North Carolina, so they will be in a position. Hit the CSA in the back. It is Mule. The 88th and 8th still doing this little rotation thing I like a lot. Working together. Getting shots off, falling back in. You can see they are retreating these forward units here. They are doing a good job at it. You can see the tickets going down as well. Meanwhile, you got 3rd Alabama here who's still putting pressure on the Union right. They've actually pushed back one of the units pretty significantly now. So the CSA doing a good job of holding. They are kind of disrupting the Union's ability to mass for an attack right now. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, don't Rambo like that. That's 5 tickets. Don't do that. So this right side has now been attrited pretty far, so it's just the center left. And the CSA comes in. They might be able to wipe out this element here and push the Union all the way back to their main without a lot of time to change it up. Really with no other time left. And here we go. 3rd Alabama is chasing down the remainder of these elements here. But that might be a mistake here because 4th New Jersey's waiting. These are some very nice tickets they'll be able to get. Yeah, that SB came in to help as well. I don't think that was needed, but now, of course, VA has seen they are isolated, and they figured out they need to pull back as well. Good awareness there. Mule has been able to get his men all the way behind the CSA line here. So he can get some good shots on the CSA from the rear, as well as farm any guys coming in from Maine. The Union still has a good chance, I think. It's not over yet. But they only got 3 minutes, so they're going to have to figure it out pretty soon what they want to do. And now they are a bit spread out. You got 4th and you got 51st here in the center right now. You got Preacher just off to his side, and then you got the Cav right behind him. And you got the 18 North Carolina watching that position all the way in the rear there. The Union is poking out. Are they charging in? One unit is flanking pretty wide. Mule's coming in from behind as well. So now the CSA is completely in a box here. They're going to have to fight their way out of it. Well, the Mule went in for a charge. He didn't really have enough men left. That's one element done, but here comes the Union charge down the hill. The rest of it's coming in from this side here. So pretty good coordination there, actually. Very good coordination there by the Union. 22nd Virginia is pretty much all that's left on point. But they still got to deal with 1st VA Cav is shooting into their back while they're trying to deal with this charge. They will not have enough. Oh, here comes 3rd Alabama's coming in from Maine. But they are now on last stand. 1 minute remaining. Union now on final push. This is down to the wire. Got the Cav though doing overwatch. Gonna picking off guys as they come in. They still gotta take point though. Here's Venom. The guy in the back. Alright, so now the CSA has the point, but here comes the CSA Horde. Union's got to make sure they got enough people on point to hold them off.
Oh, holy shit.
I don't know how this is going to turn out, actually. And the CSA pulled it out there. A final charge, they will to push the Union off a point and prevent the cap. So good play by both teams. That was a super close match. Let's take a look at the casualties. You can see how tightly the CSA is staying together. I think that was a big piece of their victory today. Union found some good flanks though, but it was never enough really to punch through it. Although that first time they capped was made it super close. That was a real opportunity to end it there, and that was just a very, very small margin. So 700 to 679. 700 for the CSA, 679 for the Union. So that's the end for the first map on Server 1. Hope to see y'all for the second map.